YouTube just released a new shows feature, and everybody rushed to add it in their YouTube strategy, including Alex Hormozi. He immediately hired a TV experience team and started his show called Scale or Fail. But experienced YouTube strategists know that another new YouTube feature is not a reason to throw thousands of dollars on it, like Alex just did. So in this video, I'll be reviewing Alex Hormozi's content bets, why his show might be a huge mistake, and what you should and shouldn't copy from Alex's new YouTube strategy. Some of you may think, what do you know, puny little shrimp? And I agree, I don't know it all. But these are my most recent case studies from my YouTube agency. But moreover, YouTube is my big passion. And I believe someone has to look at Alex's show with a strategic eye, not blind bootlicking. Because this way you'll make better decisions when it comes to your personal brand on YouTube. So let's begin. The other day, I didn't suspect anything. I was just living my life. And suddenly I got an email in my email box that said, Mozi Minutes, my next content bets. I immediately started to open it because honestly, I love Mozi Minutes, but also content is kind of my area. So let's review Alex's content bets together, especially because after I received that email, I also received a message from one of my friends. And that message was something like, we gotta hire more people and we need to add 5 more camera angles in order to maintain the Netflix quality. And I was like, wait. Let's just, think a little bit and see if we actually need it. First thing that I noticed in this email was the phrase that said, high production talking head YouTube content and shorts will become commoditized with AI post-production. Now let's rant a little bit. You know what? It's kind of true and kind of false. First of all, high production talking head YouTube content is not the actual content. It's just the format that you present your content with. And I do agree that kind of everybody can afford to hire an agency like me or to hire some help using video editors and maintain the quality of your YouTube videos. But here's what's not commoditized: the content itself, the value that you provide, your stories, your proof. And these things, they never been like one single piece. There's always been the meaning that you want to share with your audience and the format that you do it with. So I think, yes, the format of just 10-minute YouTube videos is widely spread. But what you present in the video, your personality, your unique thoughts, is not commoditized and never will be. So if you like the simple talking head style videos with some editing, then keep going, because the biggest leverage that you can get with your content is your expertise, not the format. Now, first bet sounded like real life demonstration rather than talking about, hence showing. And I love it. Actually, I could just binge watch Alex Hormozi's reels that are based on the questions that actual business owners ask and then the answer of Alex. I could literally spend hours watching it. And I tried this format myself and actually it worked pretty well for my small Instagram. Absolutely love it. Just record, calls with your clients or calls with your team maybe and post them on YouTube. I think it's gonna do pretty well. Bet number 2 is the one that I got problems with. So he says, ultra high production, think Netflix level, reality content will make its way on social media, and it's already beginning. So I'm really betting a lot of money on doing it well. We're rapidly expanding our media team to include a lot of high production experience. Well, let me keep that for dessert, because I do not like it. Bet number 3, more lives. Honestly, absolutely agree. Lives are one of the best ways to show your actual expertise, because it's not that easy to generate the answers to actual audience's questions on the spot. And there's not many formats that can replicate it. So lives, I think, are so good for expertise showing, for personality showing. If you have money, time, effort to do that, please try. Now, what the problem do I have with that second bet? So here's my problem with the Netflix style show that Alex has just launched. First of all, I think we need to identify what's the goal of that bet. Because without a goal, it's not really clear whether or not it worked or not, right? Looking at that, honestly, I get confused. What's the goal of that entire endeavor? Is it more reach? Just purely more views? Or is it reaching wider audiences? Maybe not only entrepreneurs that they were targeting previously, but also just casual families and corporate workers, just normal people who decide to live a normal lifestyle, not entrepreneurial one. And Alex is betting on them. Is it generate more sales, more people in their pipeline? Is it pure creativity endeavor and he just can't afford to do it and just does it? Or is his goal to remove himself entirely from content? I actually think that it might be. I'll explain why a little bit later, but what this show is doing is like really could be a first step of removing himself from the content generation. And it might make sense considering that they are expecting a baby. And becoming a parent can change your entire paradigm and how you view the world, what your goals are, what your priorities are. So I would not completely negate that option. But for the sake of this video, for the sake of this breakdown, let's agree together that the goal of this new show was to reach more entrepreneurs, not wider audiences, not simply more views, but we want the target audience of entrepreneur to watch it and get more views of that particular audience. And based on this goal, there are 3 things that I noticed from this content. And you can still make decisions for your personal brand based on all these 3 things. First one being something that we might actually copy from Alex, and that actually is a good idea. Think about it. Why do you actually watch Netflix shows? Why do you spend an entire night shoving chips into your face as if it's the only time you can watch the show? And the answer is because it's serial. There's a chain of content pieces connected to each other by either topic, some cliffhanger, story, and that's why you binge watch Netflix, not just watch one episode and go away. And this is what YouTube wants you to create. This is what your viewers definitely want from you, like to binge watch your content. Is it bad? It's not bad. And this is what Netflix does and Alex started to do. And the reason why series works so well is because of 2 things, because they have similar experience and novelty. I know these are 2 different things, but they combine very well in serious content because you get similar experience with, similar setups, similar contestants if you have some in your show, but it also has some novelty. So let's take an example of Jimmy Fallon's show. We got same format, we got similar experience, but we also got a lot of different celebrities that come to the show. And every time it's something new. And this is what gets you hooked. Versus if your favorite creator just posted education, and suddenly they come out with vlogs. Of course, they're gonna flop because this kind of betrays the viewer who is waiting for a similar experience and doesn't get it. Now on to the 2 mistakes that I saw in Alex's show that I do not recommend you repeating. So we all know that Alex went personal branding path. So it's not faceless brand, it's something that includes his personality. And this was a great strategy because personal branding is gold when it comes to attracting people like you to your social media or to your business. But I think Alex forgot about the fundamentals of personal branding. And these are 2 things: the personality, and the expertise, the niche that person is creating in. The thing is, they don't go separately from each other. They go always together. And what Alex did is he's moved his personality away from his content. If you watch the show, you'll notice that the majority of the time we focus on contestants, their businesses, the competition itself, rather than on Alex. And that is why I have a suspicion that maybe at some point he wants to remove himself from content. Which honestly, I understand. It's not that easy to be constantly on the spotlight. It's normal to have the desire to, hide even for a period of time. Like, did you notice how everybody was discussing Alex's interview with Tony Robbins? It's complete dissection of his soul, of his personality, and it's not easy. No matter how tough you are, sometimes you just don't want to open up your entire Pandora box of emotions, fears, desires. That might be why he deleted that interview from his channel, which I completely understand. And everybody has their own right on choosing what to share and what not to share on the socials. To sum it up, personal branding works the best when you inject your personality in it with the expertise. And I myself, if you notice what things are the most memorable from Alex. Is it like some tactics? Is it the value equation? Is it math? Is it LTV to CAC ratio? Or it's quotes and wisdom and phrases like volume negates luck, you can't lose if you don't quit, and many, many more that I keep repeating myself every day to keep going and to have more motivation. So yeah, that's mistake 1. Now on to the mistake 2, which is my problem with this entire format of Netflix style TV shows. So when I was analyzing it, I was thinking maybe they noticed that success that Shark Tank has, and they're like, okay, how about we replicate that? But you know what's interesting? interest in. If you look at Shark Tank's audience, only a small portion of it is actually entrepreneurs. The vast majority of people who watches Shark Tank is general masses, is just, families, normal people with normal jobs who like to watch TV show in the evening. And now I wonder, why do they start to create videos in a format that is not tailored to entrepreneurs if the goal is to reach more entrepreneurs or people with entrepreneurial mindset or wannabe business owners? Then I thought, maybe they don't want to attract just entrepreneurs. Maybe they want to attract wider audiences, which is also great. Like, it could be a strategy. But then I look at the titles of those videos and it's like 6 entrepreneurs are fighting for $100,000. So if you include the word entrepreneurs in your titles, you expect to attract entrepreneurs. And also, I watched these episodes of this TV show. Was it a TV show? It's like a YouTube show. What I noticed is that there was a section in one of the episodes that I rewatched like 5 times because of the complexity it had. I'm pretty interested in that complexity. I want to rewatch it 5 times because it's hard for me to understand it easily. And you know what? Even after I rewatched it 5 times, I did not fully understand what they were trying to do that. Maybe that's on me. Maybe I'm just not that smart yet. But you know what? If that's so hard for me as a business owner to understand what's going on in the show, then this content is probably not tailored for general masses who are not even interested in business in the first place. That's confusing. And also, the reward is $100,000, which could be a lot for general masses again, but is it a lot for me as a business owner? Not so much. Like with Shark Tank, there are millions of dollars on the line, but here 100K from $100 million guy, like, I see a little bit of a mismatch. I mean, it's not impressive. And also, wait, there's more. Remember, past Alex's content had a lot of fancy editing, retention editing, like flashy stuff here and there. And then in one of his videos that talks about their content strategy, he said that, we are moving away from that fancy style of editing because we realized that our target audience values the actual content, the actual info inside of them. And so for me, it made a lot of sense. I also I was indifferent to those flashy editing, but I do enjoy the content itself, the expertise, the value, the wisdom. But now, you guys are kind of coming back to the high production style and also investing a lot of money in it. But your target audience who are entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs are not that interested in that. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so to sum it up, by this format, I do not really understand what they were trying to do. Maybe with time it's going to be more clear, but for now, it's a mystery for me. Leave your comments down below what you think is going on here. My verdict is that throwing a lot of money on TV experience team might not be actually worth it. To summarize what you can do with your content after watching this entire video, first of all, do series. Series are doing well. Connect your content pieces with one storyline, one topic, etc. Create a course with different small videos. That's gonna do well too. That's definitely trending, and that's exactly why YouTube created YouTube Shows feature. Second, if you build a personal brand, don't shift away too far from your personality, because a great personal brand is a combination of personality and the niche. And when tweaking formats, when trying new things and new strategies, always keep your audience in mind. Who do you want to attract? And do they want what you have to offer? Okay, was the money worth it? No. If the goal is higher reach and sales, yes. If the goal is to remove himself or to just have fun. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope you have the most wonderful day. Goodbye.